Hello, beloved. Welcome. This will be your message from the divine. This will be your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those keen or interested, I offer personal readings. If you want to book me for a personal reading, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. Without further ado, let us tap into the energy. Let us tap into the message. Let us tap into the reading. So we have the Eight of Swords energy. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords energy. So with this Eight of Swords energy, somebody is bottling up specific emotions and thoughts towards you. Okay, so somebody is bottling up specific thoughts and emotions towards you. This is somebody who's been living with a secret or hidden information or knowledge or wisdom or some form of insight within themselves, okay? Whoever this person is can no longer do it. They can't live like that anymore. So whatever they've been keeping within them, we have the chains energy, okay? Further confirming what is within the message itself, that somebody can't live with themselves anymore because of what is bound onto them or what is holding them, okay, keeping them stuck, trapped in an entrapment, okay. Whoever this person is can't release specific emotions or they can't release specific thoughts, and because they've been living like this for so long, they just can't do it anymore. Like somebody can't go on, somebody can't continue with themselves, okay? Because every day that we live, we spend on our own. Whether we're around this or that, there's always a common denominator of us being within. So our own thoughts and emotions have nothing to do with the next person's, because they're living their own reality, and those are their thoughts and emotions also, whether you live in the same environment or not, whether you eat the same food or not, whatever. It doesn't change the common denominator being that you're not the same at all. You have your own thing within, so do they. Wherever it takes you, the fluidity of your own fluids and, you know, the flow of your own brain and the flow of your own mind, the flow of your thoughts. It's your frequency, your wavelength, your vibration, and so is within the heart itself, okay? It's your frequency, wavelength, and vibration. So it's inside of you. So whatever's inside of each person on earth, it's a sacred energy that only they possess. So it's their homeostasis, it's their captivity, right? Ironically, in the energy here, they're looking at their decisions and choices and wondering where it has gotten them and how bad it is. Because they've come to terms with the fact that whatever they've lived in life and whatever it has come to, it was not worth it, okay? Nothing was worth it. So this is their biggest fear come to life, or their biggest nightmare, or they're their own worst enemy, okay? Their biggest battle, themselves, okay? They're battling who they are, or who they thought they were, who they felt they were, but this is the energy here. So as they're held in contentment, or held in the 10 Commandments, or held within themselves, their own consciousness, something does not want to leave their body, or leave their mind, or leave their heart. It's based on a decision and choice that they made. An analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example I heard when I was going on my early morning walk, a conversation somebody was having. I overheard from a vehicle that was playing a specific audio And that person was saying that a specific decision and choice that you can make any second of the day can change the trajectory of your whole entire world, life, and reality as you know it. So it can follow you, that one thing, because of what it solidified, or what it brought, or what it summoned, or what it manifested, what it casted, what it incantated, what it meant, what it symbolized. Take it how it resonates, take it how it applies for your world, life, and reality. We have the Three of Pentacles here. Within this person, within the energy, they are held in contentment or condemned in the 10 Commandments by a specific way of living. And this specific way of living has everything to do with their reputation, their caliber, their status quo, and their image. So what they've made of themselves by way of appearances and how it needs to be maintained or kept up, or they need to keep climbing that ladder, that social ladder, right? So they need to keep being that way. And as they need to keep being that way, it comes with what it comes with. It comes with its own reality, its own world, its own life. So it doesn't go away. It just becomes what they want it to be, whether for a blessing or a curse. But that's what they're living, right? And the foundation of that is the fact that they're wearing a mask. They're a false person. So whatever they're building, whatever it's feeding currently, and however long it continues, either way, it's a hell, because one truth can destabilize the supposed foundation they built of their own identity and then presume their facelessness. Because to begin with, they didn't know who they were. If they did, they would have been themselves and not needed to wear a mask. The mask comes in when you don't know what to be of yourself. So you tap into energies of things and people that you feel connected to. But there's a difference between knowing who you are and therefore being able to identify what you're connecting or connected to or whoever, and then just being a thief of identity because you're faceless. And then you just sneak and you know, walk around with that energy of, oh, I like that, I'm gonna be that. But then abandoning the fact that you don't even know who you are to say that. We have the Nine of Cups energy. So with this Nine of Cups energy, in the beginning, this was really good for this person by way of emotions and thoughts. Like they would wake up, have the best mornings because of this identity they've built for themselves. They would have the best days all night. It would just be terrifically worth it, right? And it continued on like that until things got rowdy or speculations and assumptions awakened amongst people, because they're playing that game. It's like they need to take accountability of everything that comes out of their mouth or everything they do by way of actions and behaviors, and all in the possession of their brain, their thoughts, all in the possession of their heart, their emotions. And so when that happens, they are put in a predicament, a situation, a circumstance, a scenario of having to reassess all the time what they said to that person, and what was their body language when they said it, what was their tone, their pitch, hell, what was their thought process and their emotional understanding, so that they can go back to that and maintain that identity, go back to that and maintain that identity. And it doesn't go with that. Where's the foundation in that? That's why they faceless. Like you're just being something you're not, literally. So that is a hell, because then where are you? It's not about being lost at this point. It's like, do you even exist? That's a real question. That's actually a real question. Because you're not inspired then, you're not motivated, you're not encouraged, you're not even in love with something, you're merely faceless. There's nothing to you to even say that you like that or you love that, you see that, you acknowledge that, you validate that, because you are literally void. You are empty. And as soon as you look at yourself, everything goes away, because that's not who you were to begin with. We have the world in the reverse energy. Like this person, everything is gone. I'm talking about those same thoughts and emotions that made their morning so great all day and night, and all of that. It's non-existent anymore. Non-existent. Because now, one day for the owner, what's the truth of who you are? Like, it's a real question when someone is asked that. It's not anything outside of self-discovery to lead to character development. You need to know who you are so you can keep being who you meant to be. Because if you're not in that energy, you are basically a walking host. Anything can be in there. You can house any energy because you don't have your own at all. Another analogy, reference point, case study, and example. Take someone, for instance, that watches a film, and they watch it at a point in time where their DNA anatomy isn't developed yet, and their character isn't developed yet to reach a point of self-knowing or self-understanding to the level of, oh yeah, this is who I am and I'm okay with it. Let's say high school. And then whatever film this is that they watch takes over their whole entire world. It takes over their whole entire life and reality, and they live to become what they watched, erasing their own identity in that moment. Because then, who says that's even real? Another real question though, who says that's even real? And then adult self pops up and they're still that film. They're still a movie. And then what happens when it's not correlating? Because you have to keep maintaining what you saw then that still has you. You there by way of timeline. So where is the character development? Where is the self-discovery? You go back to the movie and then find your way back to your body. Hell, find your way back to your mind and heart. Because now, you, in that moment, you're processing things how you think they are. Who's they? That's hilarious. For real. That person probably doesn't even think about the movie they made because it was made up. It's a movie. Back to knowing yourself, you wouldn't have acknowledged that. We have the moon energy. So with this moon energy, walking blind, you made those decisions and choices and now they've led you to nothingness. But if your own true self and identity were the one in control of those decisions and choices, you wouldn't have to go back to what you made up. They wouldn't have to go back to that. You wouldn't have to go back to, what did I say? Because you know what you said. Because you know who you are in that, what you spoke. So, all day, all night, in the morning, you know what I mean? And those emotions and thoughts, I mean, well, you know, where are they? Because quite frankly, now back to the facelessness, where are you? Where are they? Whatever took this person and kept them has everything to do with you. Let's see. We have the Seven of Swords to the reverse energy, or in the reverse energy. So with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, back to the fact or the truth being that now you have yourself to face. And how ironic is it that you're your own worst enemy? Like how do you live with yourself knowing you're your worst nightmare? And the fact that somebody's only problem right now could be that they can't find the right grocery ingredient at the mall or whatever. And yours is you're afraid of what you live because you don't know who you are. Two different worlds, you know what I mean? You and this person, you live two different lives. There's no way that they're actually conscious of logic or reason in their own home, in their own environment internally. Like how are you? We have the Ten of Cups. And then what happened was your authenticity, simply put, you being a real person, you just being a real solid human being, did something to the ripple effect of what they made up about their identity, because none of it is real. So anything real that comes to their path, they walk their journey of life, it repels that because it's not who they are. So if they see someone who is who they are, like, how do you live like that though? Like, we have the Five of Emotions in the reverse, the Five of Cups in the reverse here. Because now, when you're asked as this person, when they're put in a position where they have to explain that timeline of identity and what they spoke, they have to remember how they felt, but was it them even feeling it though? Because who are they? Do they even know? That's odd, isn't it? Because what took them? Is it the incompetence to recognize who they are? Or are they like underdeveloped mentally and emotionally to the extent that they can't process their own identity? Or are they making it your problem that that's the case? Because it was all good and dandy, all peachy key when they were doing this. Until it backfired. Or there was an adverse effect, a return to sender, because none of that was real. That's what's in progress right now. That's what's active. Like, all the truth in the world must go to where it belongs. There's a reason there needs to be order. Not for the sake of the rebellions at the back who seek different, but because of what the structure and the balance needs to be for things to run smoothly. So it's not all going against the grain. No, like, stay in your place. We have the Six of Inspiration, the Six of Wands here. So all of this for a reputation. All of this for a caliber and image and a status quo. Just a whole bunch of like people that want to look at you a certain way. Damn, like, are you dumb? Like, for real though. Man, whoever this is, we have the King of Swords in the reverse. Just a low IQ. There's no way that you're developed if you have that thought process or that emotional understanding, because quite frankly, that timeline had its own energy of existence. We're breathing in different air. So the way people used to think and feel about things was also in parallel with how we were all living back then. So if you have to maintain something that doesn't even exist already, you have nothing to come back to. There's nothing left. Like, like you gone for real. Nothing there at all. And then what? And then you meet somebody that knows exactly who they are because they made decisions and choices that weren't of blindness. Cause what? So okay. You're making decisions and choices to be like, John Doe said this about me. Man. We have the devil to the Ten of Swords. There's no way you go back to sleep and actually think. This person here, there's no way that they think and feel. It's just like floating. Like you're just here, but not really. Like not at all. Quite frankly. You're not here at all. They're not here at all, beloved. We must see. That's the truth of it. Cause what the hell going on? Where did they leave themselves? That movie took somebody, or that conversation, that look of that person, that atmosphere in that setting, just a bunch of bottled up things going on. Holding them captive. Man, that's sad, man. That's just sad. Cause even to the so even to themselves they don't look like at the truth. Because you can lie to people all day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, but it gets sick when you don't even recognize why you're lying. This person here, why are they doing this? For this one to say they did. For that one to say they did. I'm just gonna do it because Jane Doe is there. Or I'm gonna live with the emotions Jane Doe and John Doe make me feel, and I'm gonna allow them to control my behaviors and thoughts and emotions and actions, and then say I don't care. We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, the Four of Inspiration, the Four of Wands here. And then this is the same person that can walk into a room and have the audacity. Well, they have the guts to feel a type of way about someone else and what they're living, having no clue who they are. That's when it gets sick. Because then you crazy. Literally, like there's something wrong with your brain, Scatter. Jasper, are you real? Cause okay, so now it's like, remember when I said to her or him, how did I say it again? Then one again to that one again. Now so you basically are a host. Like you just housing the emotions that people feel about you. You that existence. You just ice. Like I'm just gonna stay here and not grow and not evolve and not feel and think outside of what I want you to feel and think about me. As if that person's reality doesn't consist of what they're living, having nothing to do with you, by the way. Even if you live in the same environment, that's not you though. It's people like this that need a cleansing. And by cleansing, I mean they need to look in the mirror. Like, look at that glass. That water is ice. It's still as stone. Look in it. Like, what are you doing? And who are you doing it for? Because there's nothing in there. So where you come in, beloved, is somebody's trying to make all of this your problem and issue. So now that all is falling apart right in their face, you know what you are in this situation, the root cause. We have, to them though, they feel like you're the reason this is happening. So they're looking at your identity as a checkmate, because if they do what needs to be done unto you for their cause and agenda, it will fulfill this big illusion. So you're not falling for something right now. You're not blind to something right now. You're not being outsmarted right now. Like, something right now about you is you're wide awake. And that's a problem for someone here. Because with all that being said, they still need to live this life. So because the origin of this life needs to be maintained constantly using people, things, places, emotions, and thoughts, not real, but like still need to like be made up. Your identity is a part of this illusion here. And with that being said, because it's a part of this illusion, somebody feels like something needs to happen to you for this to keep being what they want it to be or need it to be. They're alive, by the way, their world and reality. They feel like you're messing something up because of your authenticity. You being who you really are. You being what you meant to be is messing with somebody's big lie. Literally. Because when they rise, now it's a different morning that they wake up to. It's thoughts and emotions of concern, worry, anxiety, insomnia, paranoia, all anxiousness, nervousness, all wrapped up in one, because they're quite concerned that they won't get that emotion from that experience anymore because you're around those people that activated within them. I hope you're hearing me when I say this. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. So that person can no longer look at them like that, and you ruined it because you are who you are. You're where you're meant to be in that energy. So it's just like, no. Now they can't maintain that identity, and that facelessness is revealed and exposed right then and there. However way this goes, take it how it resonates, how it applies to your world, life, and reality. But this is the energy for this message here. And how long ago do they need to go back? We have the Hangman in the reverse. Like, how long ago did you lose it? How long ago did they lose it? Their sanity, like where is it? They need to pack a bag, put the picnic blankets in the boot, never know where the road might lead, and get back to their body. Because what have they made up? Because it has taken them wherever they are in there, nowhere. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse here, there is nothing left of them to even have it in them to want to know who they are. Because they live to be what they're not. So what they've already lived up to is what they live for. So now having to go back to nothingness, like there's nothing there. Having to go back to nothingness, there's nothing there. So what? What are you gonna do about it? As this person, what are they gonna do? They're expecting good news at some point about something going their way with regards to your life, world, and reality, so that their non-existent one can keep being active. So at this time, this person is planning or strategizing or aiming and intending to concoct every level of a plan, strategy, scheme, aim, intent to ensure that they destroy you and ruin you, so that who you are doesn't affect what they've made themselves up to be. So you need to be ruined and destroyed for that to be the case. We have the Hermit to the Three of Wands. Like that's bogus. That's bogus. That's literally bogus. That's crazy. That's sick. Like real life sick. So instead of looking in the mirror, they want to go back to nothing. Because even if they look in the mirror, there's nothing there. Whoever this is, their eyes are very like soulless or void. They're empty. Because if there was something to come back to within themselves, it'd be easier to look in the mirror. It would not just be easier, it would be possible. It's not though. It's not. At all. Because the same people they're doing this for, what if they're also wearing a mask? So everything is a lie or it doesn't exist. And you must be ruined and destroyed for that. We have the High Priest in the reverse here. For that. Because somebody's literally sitting down right now contemplating about how to take you down or take you out or throw you under the bus, affect you, traumatize you, cause you pain, hurt you, because they want to do what they want to do. And they don't want disturbances. This was your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me. If you're keen or interested, you'll find my email listed in the description box below. I do offer personal readings. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me, beloved. Goodbye.